We could start YouTube from here. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be playing Red Prison tonight. Strixhaven has educated us beyond belief, and we've got something to try to become the better Red Mage, the Red Prison Mage here in Modern. We've adjusted our 7 Moon Art of Artifacts build, the latest Red Prison build, and we're going to be splashing a couple Strixhaven cards. Not too many, because Strixhaven didn't particularly like the prison thing. After all, we're not locking people's minds down. No, we're opening them up with the colleges, the universities, the schools, whatever they're called, of Strixhaven. But that being said, let's take a look at what we're doing today. Bam. Here we go. We're here to be aggressive. We're here to be aggressive. What's up, Archon? What's up, Archon? You wanna be in the YouTube intro? That's Archon, everyone. Say hello to Archon. I want multiple comments in the YouTube video when this doesn't go live, because I don't want to show you that 05 that's about to happen. But if it does, say hello to Archon. Come out and play. Red Prison. 3-1 crash. Uh-oh. Should have done some Harry Potter things in Strixhaven. It's against the dark arts. Well, Strixhaven is upon us. We've seen things. They're impacting Modern. This time, though, we're going to be bringing our own thing, and we've actually adjusted the board ever so slightly based on some stuff that we've been seeing. We have a more aggressive package here, although we don't have the 5th Rabblemaster being Legion War Boss. We've just got 4 of these. We've added Seasoned Pyromancer back in there to smooth out the draws. We were noticing that 22 lands was a bit rough, and with the absence of Simeon's Spirit Guide, we've only got now Pyretic and Desperate Rituals to get out those fast Blood Moons. But with enough flooding out, maybe we'll get to do Crackle with Power. This is our brand new card that we're going to give a shot. What's interesting about this is actually not the entire text. What is interesting to me is I could pay 2 and get this out of hand. So even though it's on the far right of the screen here on my generalized curve that I place here for you all, Crackle the Power is unique in a way that it can get out of hand for cheap for bridge. That's good. But what else does this do? Well, this smashes people's faces. Crackle with Power is an XXX red spell, which mentions in the text deals 5 damage, X damage to each of up to X targets. 5 times X to each of up to X targets. It's just targets. Just target. So if we pay for 5, which is 1 above the Chandra, 1 above the Karn, we can hit 5 times 1 damage to up to 1 target. It's a little math there. But we know math is for winners on this. We've added Eidolons here and Bone Crusher Giants as well. Just going to be fast. I've actually pretty much gotten rid of Angers and Slagstorms. Here's the reasoning, and then we'll get into our league. If you are playing against Prowess, you pretty much need Bridge. That's what we've noticed. If you're able to kill the creature, great. You're probably losing anyway with this kind of build of Red Prison. Why? Because we have very little life gain. We do have some Dragon's Claws, and we're going to play more of the passive, aggressive lock strategy if we run into Burn, Prowess, or something else that is aggressive, say Boggles or Infect. That's just how it's got to be. That's what we're doing. Chalice, Bridge, Dragon's Claw, sit behind it, smash them with a giant Crackle to Power. That's the goal. But if we run into those control matchups, we're going to be doing these Eidolon things. So we've got it all figured out. Let's just try it out. You know, I can't wait to cast this for 0 and really enjoy myself. Let's go play Magic. Do I even have tickets or play points? I have play points. We're not playing Perfectly Balanced. What? Why does it have the icon here? The sideboard size. Oh, I have too many cards. We won't run into artifacts. Boom, let's go. Incoming all hardened scales. Just tuned in. New list? Sort of. Slightly adjusted. We're always slightly adjusting things. Fireball and Modern. Kind of. Who's ready to play against Boggles 5 times. Then I'll blast their face 5 times. Perfectly balanced. Burn. No trash. There is no trash here. Why would we trash things? We recycle. Don't try that command. That doesn't exist either, Archon. We're going to be having some Commander... I don't know if a Commander stream here, but we're definitely going to be doing a Commander stream over on Evans probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for that. We're building our list. It does prison things, but is it in red? Only I know, and a few others. Isa, 4 months. Good luck on stream. Watching you red, white, lockout on YouTube when Discord notification popped up. Welcome. That Discord notification gets people more than the Twitch one and the, I don't know what else. Derek, thank you for the 7 months. 7's a lucky number, and that's how many moons we're playing. Let's play first. Thank you both. Who wants to turn to Chandra? Do we think we're gonna get Thoughtseize? Probably. Who cares? Keep. Got the subs. Let's do this. Turn to Chandra. If not, Crackle and Power for infinity. I'm gonna win. Playing Chromat Elves. We need some emotes. Need to flood the emotes in the chat. Bam. Get that mountain island. Oh, in Commander? Don't steal this. Don't. Yes, we're gonna win. Shall we? Oh, poor opponent. Have a Chandra. If that wasn't bad enough, and a Blood Moon. And this will be a 1-4 league. There went all the luck. Good game, opponent. Good game. Easy. I don't know what I'm playing against, but we won. Nice. All right. Luris. It could be that control version of Luris. I kind of want to assume it's the control version. We didn't get enough information. We played too fast. Blood Moon's good. Chandra's good. Crackle the Power we haven't seen yet. Chalice could be bad, could be good. Beautiful poetry in motion. Dice lower. Play more cards, please. It wasn't even a fetch land, it was just Watergrave. If only those were Simian Spirit Guides. Only. Only. Let's take one bridge out here. Let's take one Chalice. Let's take one... let's take 2 Seasoned Pyromancers, and I'm going to bring in the 4 Eidolons and give it a shot here. Give it a shot. We've got a bunch of Karns. I think they're more controlling. Luris, tapped Watery Grave. Could be spells, could be anything. We'll keep this. It's a lot slower. But if they have that Thoughtseize, they're going to think twice about this one. Can't wait for Modern Horizons 2. Exile, gain 1, all that good stuff. Look at this. It's shaping up to be a fun one again. I bet this gets an island. Core Spirit Guide. Whoa, you're crazy. Blood Moon was too much for you last time. Oh, okay. There's the island. Spritey Dragon. All these rituals. I could put a Chalice on 2. Could put a Chalice on 1 with a Luris and now seeing Sprite Dragon. Tempting. This is going to be hard to kill. It's going to be hard to kill. I kind of want to put a Chalice on 1 and then just like hammer them with stuff. They had a Watery Grave, so they have black in this list too. I think I can shut down the black here. Ooh, we have a pause here. Do we have a force? Do I need a... Ooh, do I need a... Ooh! That pause. Let's do it. Blood Moon, they force this. One less card here. Land, Ritual, Rabblemaster, all the good stuff. There's the force, there goes the Snapcaster. Maybe even try to put a Chalice on one. There's Polluted Delta, we have black now. Black might be just for Luris, honestly. In which case, if that's the case and they're playing Thoughtseize or Inquisition, I would have made it white and been able to get better sideboard and or main board cards, such as Helix, or Rest in Peace, or Timely Reinforcements. In for 2, we're down to 17. I'm gonna play Rabblemaster, even though I don't have the Chalice. Next turn, I can play Chalice plus Pyretic plus Magus. And all of that seems pretty delectable. Also, they might just have a bunch of force negations, negates, and stuff, and not be expecting Rabblemaster. They let the token in, they let the token be created. No removal spell yet. Watery Grave does not tap it in. Did not get basic Swamp. Drowned Catacombs here. We've got a bunch of mana. Gonna go straight to combat here because combat's better than anything. I'm gonna attack with everything. Why not? It looks like Grix's Sprite controls something crazy. Opponent's doing crazy things. Let's attempt a Chalice. Seeing if I can get a counter spell here, and then I'll follow it up with a Magus of the Moon. Chalice in 1's pretty strong, I would think. I don't even have to lead on that. Just gonna go all the way here. If they have Cryptic Command, counter bounce. All right, fine. Less draw. They haven't used anything on the Rabblemaster, so they're holding some variation of a counter. Makes sense. This is gonna be a counter draw. All right, you got me. This isn't Hearthstone. Nope. They're at 11, we're at 17. You can counter me all day. Island is played here. Opponent considering attacking does not. We'll once again attack first, then do the Rabblemaster things. Land first. Away we go. 4/4 Rabblemaster. 2 spells makes the Sprite Dragon live here. Snapcaster targeting Force of Negation. All right. Well, then I just won't do this. We'll fire Ramming Out Ruins out instead. Cool. Trade. Down to 10. I'm going to pass the turn. We know they targeted Force. No reason to run Karn into that. Archmage Charm. Archmage Charm, draw 2. All right, so our Eidolons are the correct bring in. Bone Crushers are correct too. 1 bridge can come back in. The Chalices can stay out. Chalice isn't as good in this scenario, shall we say. Unless you put a Chalice on 1 and 2. We'll throw it on 2 here and see if my opponent reacts to that. Chalice on 1 and 2 prevents Snapcasters from showing up, prevents mana leaks, prevents some other stuff. There's a Snapcaster. Counter Cryptic here. Torp Orb would be potentially interesting to bring in, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're ignoring graveyards. We're ignoring ETB creatures as well. I could see this counter bounce here, especially if they have like a bolt. They do return the Chalice. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Thought Scour. 8 damage. Puts us to 5. Bolt puts us to 1. To 1 we go. Drawing the lock. Kills the token. Up to 8, 10 damage. All right. Okay. So Bone Crusher's interesting. Chalices hit or miss. Maze Mind Tome feels slow. Bring that bridge back in. Opponent's got... They've got enough counters and stuff. I'm almost tempted to go ahead and take out like a pair of Maguses and change them in for Seasoned Pyromancers, because that'll be harder for them to deal with. So Bone Crusher crackled for the end, Rabble Master to be aggressive, Eidolon to be aggressive. Still leaving Chalices in here, wondering if that should be Maguses. My opponent's playing a Bolt deck. Magus isn't as great. It's probably fine. Let's go ahead and take a Chalice out and bring one Maze Mind Tome in. Let's go. All right, we know we got to be fast. Got lucky that Chandra resolved that first game because of Force of Negation in my opponent's hand. I'm going to keep it. Eidolon's kind of interesting. It's going to probably take a bolt or something to it. But if they have to cantrip or have to start countering things, the Eidolon's super nice. Too bad no Simian Spirit Guide here. Bauble Island. Bauble Trigger. Little Thought Scour goes after us. Mountain and Bridge. Eidolon resolves. We're being asked how Red Prison's doing with Simian Spirit Guide, which we can talk to a little bit here. Simian Spirit Guide definitely was a nice component. We're getting there. We're getting there. I kind of just want to throw out Maze Mind Tome and go, cool. I don't care about your Snapcaster Mage. Doing this pre-combat in case they do want to counter this, and if they do, I swing in with the Eidolon. If they don't do anything here, I just sit back and take it easy. They're doing something here, so they want to counter this Maze Mind Tome. They do Logic Knot for 2. And now we get to attack for 2 as well. That feels good. All right, we're getting there with the Crackle, by the way. We're almost to our first 5 damage. That gets around Eidolon, too. Crazy. Okay. Really tempted not to attack here because next turn I can Crackle for 5 and I can attack and they'll take 2. So we're just going to hang out with my opponent. We'll be like, yep, that's good. Keep going. Do you want to draw? They're saying Eidolon is cool new tech. I was just expecting some control matchups. Here we go. Perfect example of them taking some damage. Eidolon just sitting here casually doing the 2 damage it would have done if it attacked. Would have done 2 anyway. The Snapcaster comes in and blocks. So we just hang out. Just hanging out with our best buddy over there. This frog. Steam Vent's tapped. My opponent is not wanting to take any shock damage here. There's a Magus. I think we play this pre-combat here. Shut off some black mana here. I again will probably not attack with the Eidolon. See if I can bait out a counter here and then attack. Yeah, they don't like that. Countered. Attack for 2. Pass turn. So this needs to be what? 1, 2, then plus 6. 8 mana gets me the big chunk to their face. Wonder if it's time to attack now. Right now we have Crackle for 5. They cryptic bounce this. This is a little awkward. What do we do with Eidolon now? I think I'm gonna just... I want to attack with this so badly. I want to attack so badly. I guess a Snapcaster Mage isn't that scary anymore. We know they have it. What we can do here... We can hit them for 5, put them to 2. They're doing the Archmage Charm. Maybe I should get rid of that with the Scavenger Grounds. Let's do it. I can't Crackle after because they can use the Archmage Charm, which was somewhat expected. So I think I'm going to get rid of this so they don't get the draws out of it. We don't really need the extra mana necessarily here. They'll be at 7. And if I can get one Crackle to go off, which is unlikely due to a Force of Negation, but if I can get this off, they'll be at now 1. And we're basically a Seasoned Pyromancer away from winning. Let's see what they do, though. Maybe they get aggressive here and start putting things onto the battlefield because they've got to win the game. Mishra's Bauble after Sprite Dragon here. Land, 3 unknowns. Did not shock that in. 3 mana. Force and Archmage Charm open. Logic Knot's open. Logic Knot for 3 or more. Currently for 4. Bauble trigger. Kind of want to just throw it out there and test it. We've already seen Archmage. We haven't seen a Force yet. But if I get the Force out of hand now, this grows. 1, 2, then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If I get an Eidolon next turn, Eidolon played, then Crackle's not a bad one. This needs 3, 6, 7, 8. And I'm within range of 8. Let's go ahead and wait. Take 1 draw here. It gives them Cryptic mana. I'm not so worried about Cryptic mana. There's a Thought Scour. Blood Moon gone. There was an Eidolon. They weren't far off. Polluted Delta here. Fetching with that puts them within Crackle. I need a way to make this uncounterable. Afraid to attack here. Hazard could kill them. They don't know if we have one or not. We're just going to pass the turn here. I am giving my opponent time to draw cards. Boseiju, up there at 5 now. This is lethal. Whoa, hold on. Oh, snap. Uh-oh. Now I need a 1-2 punch here, probably. Into the story. Uh-huh. Okay. Rabblemaster plus Crackle. Blood Moon plus Crackle. Seasoned Pyromancer. Pitch Gemstones. Draw lands. Crackle. What is this opponent? Where's my boil? We have a lot of things we wish we had. There's another Sprite Dragon. Okay. We're at 5 or 9. Looks like we're just going to 9. Come on, Rabblemaster. All right, Blood Moon's enough to make them probably flinch here. And then we have 5 mana after. Blood Moon, Cryptic, don't have Force of Negation, don't have a second counter spell. Throw the Crackle, win the game. Here's a Drown the Lock, which is perfect because I have exactly 3 cards here. Well, I have to go for it because they are now presenting, maybe not quite lethal, but we'll give it a shot. Bam. X is 1. 5 damage. We did waiting for them to kind of tap out. This looks like Cryptic Command. Okay, they had the Force, and I believe they had the Force the entire time. There you go. They got us. Crackle's not enough. Eidolons did well there. Rabblemaster did well. Should we have attacked or not that one turn? It's really tough to say. There we go. If I had maybe one more turn, could try to Chandra plus the Crackle as well. Oh, we had gas coming. They just had the creatures. They just had the creatures. All right. Well, I told you we all the luck after we turn one Chandra plus Blood Moon. All the luck's gone. It was the end of the road. End of the road. And it's interesting because the companion, the Lurrus companion, shall we say, messed us up for game 2. We could have been a little more aggressive with some of the components we had. It's a tough one. It's very interesting to see small creatures, Lurrus, and then counter magic. It's kind of a fun one because of Lurrus's restriction is strictly on permanence. Interesting to see how that's unfolded. All right, we're gonna keep this. Turn to Karn the Great Creator's not a bad thing. it's not a bad one. Once again, using all of our luck for this game. I think we go for it. I mean, how could this be wrong, right? Oh my gosh. Too bad it wasn't Chandra. I could literally do Season Pyromancer here. I'm gonna go for the bigger reward here and do Karn. Karn down, take Liquid Metal Coating. I don't care if they have Bolt. Going for the win. Now I'm kind of nervous. Liquid Metal Coating, go ahead, opponent. Could have gotten Spyglass, seeing the Flooded Strand. Maybe we do that here. I don't know. I don't know. If I had Simian Spirit Guide in the list, I'd almost like want a Desperate Season Pyromancer. Well, then I'd lose this. Let's go down again here. This may seem a little strange. I'm gonna go get a Spyglass to see what's going on over there, but I'm going to do this off of a ritual so that I can Liquid Metal Coating if the coast is clear. What'd it do? My secret lair, lands come in. Oh man. Start with the Spyglass, see if they crack the Flooded Strand. They should. They do. Extra island. Spyglass resolves. We have a Mana Leak. We have an Opt. Snapcasters, the Force Negation, Cryptic, and an Archmage Charm. A lot of blue in here. Probably feel like just naming Flooded Strand and hopefully stranding them on 3 lands. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna name Flooded Strand. I could name Colonnade. I don't think I need to though. And we're gonna use the other mana, Liquid Metal. I know this can be mana leaked. I'm trying to do this instead of getting Snapcastered. We'll do it now. I expect Snapcaster to come in, so I don't think the Liquid Metal Coating will matter. My opponent's deciding to kill Karn here, which is totally fine. Cool. Snapcaster Colonnade here. They choose not to use the Force of Negation on the Liquid Metal because they're going to take care of Karn. Probably Season Pyromancer here. Could get mana leaked. Got a Maze Mind Tome too. It's not a bad one. Let's do Maze Mind Tome. Season Pyromancer's a little bit better. There's the mana leak. Very good. We know we have Archmage Charm. Prep Chandra for this one. Opponent finds the land they need. Attacks for 2. By the way, this is our second control matchup. That's an interesting card. Let's try Seasoned Pyromancer, see if we can get a counter out of them. Cryptic, which is a counter draw. Well, we went heavy with the Karn, and after down-ticking twice here, we ended up getting got by a Snapcaster Mage, unfortunately. Throw a Chalice down on 1, see if they care about this. They do have an Opt. They do use the Opt. Not sure we have much of an out here. Archmage Charms after fetching. Flood or Field of Ruin. Snapcaster for 2. Well, play Blood Moon. We know it's a force plus 5 other cards. Easy force here. There we go. They're playing all the cards we know about, keeping track of what we know about, what we don't know about. 7-turn clock here. Opponent continues to play lands. They may boot up Colonnade to Fairy. We're trying to get them on the lands and didn't get there. Opponent's playing 1 Flooded Strand. In for 2, upticking here. Draws a card. If we don't hit a land here, we'll concede and go to game number 2. Play Chandra. Forces that. Maybe about time to concede here. What do we think? What do we think? Up to 6, draws a card, 6 cards in hand. Using on the gemstone here to get basics. Plays a new Colonnade. Down to 10. We'll take our draw and then we'll concede if it's nothing valuable. Okay. Let's go to sideboard. So sideboard's Bone Crusher plus Eidolon, pretty easy. We're gonna take out Bridges here. Kind of tempted to take out like a pair of Chalices, even though it's decent against them. It's just not coming down as quick as it used to, so it's a bit slower here. Maybe just 3 Chalices out. Trying to use these Crackles, see what we can do. Is it Control the worst match for Prison? No. Ponza's the worst match. Ponza is. Ponza, Eldrazi, Tron, then blue-white Control. Let's play first. All right. Hand looks good here. We've got a nice quick Eidolon. We've got Seasoned Pyromancer. We have nice creatures here against our opponent. Typically, the control player here typically the control player is not always playing too many sweepers, so sometimes you can flood the board. We're gonna go with an Eidolon here. I'm just gonna work my way up to this Karn and have pressure on the board here. I can play Seasoned Pyromancer next, then I can play the Rituals, and I'm doing this pre-combat to avoid a Snapcaster. If they'd like to counter this, that would be great. Looks like they may. They do, and I'm just gonna put this right back on top. It's a great card to throw back up there. 3 mana here. We're just going to go ahead and slap down Seasoned Pyromancer again. We'll take a little, they'll take a little bit. There's a mana leak. completely fine with us. Oops. Go ahead and attack for R2, pass turn. Opponent's at 12, looking good, looking good. This is where we can now attack first and then do something after, especially with all the mana we have. A force of negation or something like that would be really frustrating. There's a Snapcaster. Snapcaster into a Mana Leak, which I can defend from. Snapcaster into an Aether Gust to bounce would be funny. They do get an Aether Gust here. Takes the 2. Let's ritual once here. Remember, they targeted an Aether Gust. If we can work all the way up to Karn here and use Karn to go get Liquid Metal, Spyglass, something else wouldn't be bad. So they Aether Gust this. We can clearly bottom this. We're gonna Ritual and Ritual again. Play Karn. They're at 10. Probably okay to try for the Liquid Metal Coating at this point. We can go for this, try to knock some land off here. Opponent played a land. 5 mana to Fairy, may bounce Karn, and does so. If we hit a land here, Seasoned Pyromancer tokens are on the board. Take that. Not bad. Get our Karn, Rabblemaster. No land for the extra Seasoned Pyromancer in the yard. Opponent's at 10. Got an active Teferi. Purges away the Seasoned Pyromancer. A good way to get rid of them. Love to attack first, or attack with Rabblemaster here. Let's give it a shot. See if they have a Cryptic Command. Counterbounce this. Got to put the pressure on here, I believe. If we're not putting the pressure on here, we're just going to lose to the value Teferi generates. Cool. Teferi's still going to generate some nice value, but at least they're not drawing with Archmage Charm, I suppose is a good thing. Opponent Foretolds a card. Untaps 2 here. Attack, use Seasoned Pyromancer maybe this turn. And not worry about Eidolon or Karn here. And if I get a top deck land, I can Eidolon and Karn. A little bit worried about the Foretold card. It could be the draw. Could also be a Wrath effect. Up goes Teferi. Land in play. Opting. We do have enough mana to make a colonnade. Currently have 2 damage here with Ramming Out Ruins. Makes me almost think about maybe attacking them. All right. Let's send everything at Teferi here and see if my opponent flinches. We can do Eidolon plus Blood Moon. We could do Blood Moon plus Eidolon. Eidolon first is probably smarter in case they have Mana Leak. Again, worried that this is a Wrath effect, which makes the Eidolon worse. Looks like they're going to give me Teferi. Maybe I could do nothing here. Opponent gives me Teferi, holding a counter spell. If this is the Doomwake, it's 3 mana, and then they have 3 mana afterwards. Doomscar, sorry. Doomwake's the player. I'm gonna pass the turn. All right, it was a Behold. That's fine. Fetches down to 9. We still have these 2. These are all right cards. For 5 mana, new Teferi. This is why they didn't care. I don't know if I pop off the Ramming Out Ruins here. I think we can save it. Doomway Giant, the Constellation Giant. Might just send the elementals at them now. With the ritual, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Forget Teferi at this point. Going down, opponent. Doomgape. So whatever I play here, obviously Teferi can bounce. We have a Snapcaster coming down. 2 mana options is Mana Leak. We can play around that. Alright, Snapcaster's dead. 2 damage to them. Active Teferi here. We could do 4 mana Karn, it gets Mana Leaked. We probably have to just play Blood Moon here and attempt to bait the Mana Leak here, Ritual, because I don't want to just put a Teferi down, I think, because I can do better things. Let's attempt Desperate Ritual here to blank the lands for a turn, forcing Teferi down. This will eat a Force of Negation if they have it. No Force. We'll pay. Blood Moon down. Forces. Alright, they forced getting rid of a Spell Snare. Glad I didn't play Eidolon. Spell Snare would have gotten it. There's a Field of Ruin. That gets rid of Ramming Out Ruins. Unfortunately, we don't have the 2 damage now. Saved up. This game's slipping away from us. We don't have enough aggression out of the board. So grindy. We need a few more Seasoned Pyromancers to work in our favor here. Hit for 2. Why not? Eidolon. Try Karn. Countered and countered. Your move, opponent. Ups with Teferi, plays a land for here. Looks like they're gonna... Ooh, there's Jace. I mean, my opponent's had plenty of time with the Teferi, and we've been going after their life total. Keep in mind that we're at 5, so that Crackle is there, but my opponent's gonna have, what, like 7 mana here? 7's a lot of mana when I don't have any cards. This is why we need, like, Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm gonna attack them again. Path's a token. Well, they put this card on top, but then they pathed me. So they have no idea what I drew. Okay. It's really funny having them at 4 here because the Ramming Out Ruins, if we didn't use the mana that one turn and just firing it off, would have been lethal. But then it wouldn't have been lethal because we probably wouldn't have been able to hold on to it until we got the Scavenger Grounds. You hate watching this matchup? It's doing all right. We have them pretty close to dead. All kinds of things could happen. They're gonna Teferi Emblem and then wreck our day with a Jace. I will, because they're gonna downtick Teferi, uptick here. They're gonna get rid of Blood Moon and not stack it properly to get rid of Scavenger Grounds first. Then I can pop that off, but the Ramming Out Ruins could be lethal. They're gonna get rid of Elemental, Blood Moon, and probably this. And they're gonna stack it, hopefully, like, so they get rid of this first. There's the Elemental. There's the scavenger grounds, and now they'll get rid of Moon. Oh, they don't get rid of Moon. It's a cool play. Doesn't get rid of Moon because Moon stops us from winning with Raymond Ruins. Nice. Where's my Crackle? Where's my Crackle? Playing the Blood Moon to incentivize a Blood Moon being killed here, because then I'll have 5 mana exactly. And if I have 5 mana exactly, I can at least attempt to Crackle, even though they have like infinite counter spells. Never mind, they get a draw here too. All right, we're good. We're good. They have too much with the counter spells for us. All right, 1-2-0-2. We've sideboarded correctly when building here to bring Eidolons in instead of Abrades, Kozilek's Returns, and so on and so forth. So we've got the correct read on the meta, that the meta is shifting towards control again. What we have to do against that, though, is probably just shift ourselves closer to Punisher Red over being the Ensnaring Bridge, multiple Magus kind of deal that we're doing here. And that's not too hard to switch out of. You could even play the 8 Moons Luca build and probably be fine against control. As soon as we do that, you'll want your bridges because you'll be playing against Jund, Ponza-like things, Prowess, and so on and so forth. Let's play first. I kind of don't like this hand. I'm drawing these gemstones a lot. I've been thinking about going down to 3. I draw them so much. Let's mulligan this. Let's look for something better. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Keep, send a land back, and go. Maybe I should send the bridge back. All right, let's do this. So the idea here is if they do have a Thoughtseize, they're gonna have to Thoughtseize Chalice, or they're gonna have to Thoughtseize something else. Looks like we're playing against Tron. Let's go quick, please. I'm gonna go ahead and Ritual, Rabblemaster, and start punching in. We may not be fast enough here. We need a Blood Moon off the top. We do have 7 of them. 7 out of 53 is pretty high odds. Gonna need it now, though. Blood Moon? Well, it's not a Blood Moon. Attack for some damage here and hope for the best. Put a Chalice on 1. Not a lot we can do if they have Karn. Being that our Rabblemaster was on turn 2 and not turn 1. We're hoping that the Chalice and they can't cantrip for victories. We'll see, though. Okay. 7 mana. What you gonna do? Please don't play Wormcoil. Ratchet Bomb. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good card. Blood Moon. Oh no, the bridges that I don't want. I don't want these. You can have them, opponent. Blows up Ratchet Bomb, killing all of these plus the Chalice, and I hit for 2. That's some pretty solid tech against tokens. Against control. I'm not control. In for 2, I'm not playing bridges. Holding Desperate Ritual for the 4-drop that we're going to draw here. Please don't have a big whammy. No Ugin, no Karn, no O-Stone, no... Okay. Plays a Forest and Sylvan Scrying. Okay, Sanctum. They might be Dice Factory? Maybe. Karn the Great Creator's not a bad one to see here. Oh, we're killing something. Warping Whales, the Goblin, because power is less, and for 2. Karn Downtick Liquid Metal Coating, seeing if they skip one more turn here, not doing a whole lot, then I can take out like a tower or something. They got a Sanctum. They have 10 mana here. There's a star. Can't activate that. Sitting there. Just chilling. It's pretty. It's like a gold star. 8 mana. Map. Let's go combat. Liquid metal coating. I'll get rid of tower first here. Go ahead, opponent. Maybe they are Dice Factory here. Get rid of this lands and kill them. Let's just say I wasn't expecting to win that one. Interesting. Eidolon's Bone Crushers are probably okay to bring in if we can find room. Bridges out. Crackles are way too high on the list to get those down. We can get rid of one Maze Mind and send it back. Maybe budget threats. We didn't really see a whole lot. I think they just had to deal with our pressure and weren't able to establish anything. Ratchet Bomb's kind of an interesting one. It's kind of an interesting one for sure. I don't know. I don't know what variation of Tron they're playing. We'll keep this. Turn to Rabblemaster, Seasoned Pyromancer, or Blood Moon. Let's make it happen. We'll probably just get rid of the Chandra. It's the weakest card here. No offense, Chandra. Oh my gosh. Stickball Russ with the 40 months. 40 months. That's a long time. That's a long time. I know, Zale. I know. I don't understand either. Somehow, Russ, you have more months than Zale. Feels like I started yesterday. I did start yesterday. There you go, 40 months. Notice that Russ's doesn't have a streak. There, Zale's at the 40 months too. You long time folks, you're late to the party, Eidolon. Play a Blood Moon first here. You remember No Camera Fluffy? Zale is the GOAT. Zale's the GOAT, but Zale's forgotten many times. Sylvan Scrying again. Fluffy 35 Howl. You messed it up, Zale. What are we doing here to be aggressive? Rabblemaster, probably? Sacrifice me to game 4. The face reveal was huge. Cascading Cataracts from my opponent. Well, Rabblemaster, let's get in for some damage here. Remember all camera Fluffy? Wasn't that just like last Friday? Karn the Great Creators here. We're probably going to see a bridge. We're going to get rid of this by attacking with Rabblemaster 2 in, and we're going to play Eidolon Seasoned Pyromancer. Oh my gosh, my smooshed face. There's bridge. By the way, we said we were not going to run into any artifacts. We are playing a... This is tempting. We are playing no... No braids right now. We're going to play Eidolon first because I actually want this in play. I'm going to play Seasoned Pyromancer after taking 2. Getting rid of Bone Crusher because it's going to just be impossible to get through with the bridge. This looks great. Let's go ahead and attack Karn, them. Go ahead, opponent. Remember Stream Snipe Prevention? I am anti-pyro, Zale, but we're just having a time with them. Having a time with them because we're expecting control, and we've run into 2 control matchups, so that's pretty good. Expedition map plays this Urza's power plant, maybe Ratchet Bomb to get rid of some elementals here, or maybe they're just dead on board. Who knows? Who knows, really? Down to 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We're gonna go get a walking ballista. Good luck. Everyone on Jarbelcher. You'd watch a Stream Sniper League with all streamers that snipe each other making plays based on full information? Opponent's giving us the GGs. All right. It's been a friendly group of people tonight. Lots of GGs, good lucks, have funs, and off we go. It's been good. Oh. So telepathy was in our Uro and Zer's weirding list initially, Zale. Uro is no longer with us, so we can't do crazy things like Zer's weirding. TCM8, thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. It looks like you've kicked off a scam train as well. Thank you. Have your emote. Bam. Have your emote. By the way, for those that are subs, we do have a sub-only Discord, but you can also join our Pyro Prison Discord for deck discussions about Red Prison, Red White Lockout, Red Green Ponza Carnza, and so much more. Crocs is weirding instead. That seems to be slightly backwards. You have to gain life. Shall we do a turn 1 Chalice or Rabblemaster? Yes. Opponent mulls to 6 and then mulls to 5. We're going to put a gemstone into play. Get rid of a mountain. Good luck, opponent. Windswept Teeth for my opponent. What are we leading with? Is it a Boggle? Chalice. If it's not a Boggle, Rabblemaster. It's a Arbor Elf. It's probably Chalice now because we could get got by Bolt, Utopia Sprawl, more ramp creatures, and if we're doing that, Chalice looks good. My opponent just plays something and then pillages the Chalice. It's like, it's not very good for us either. Here's this Ponza matchup. I did say it was one of the worst matchups here. Makes double red here. God of Destiny. The God of Destiny. My opponent has 4 mana anyway here. Let's play Rabblemaster and pass turn. God of Destiny is, shall we say, brutal? That alone can win it for them. Yeah, it's probably a race now, and I don't feel like we have a good shot at this race. We improve if we draw Chandra or that Crackle card at this point, because we have enough mana to start doing some serious damage. They only get mana right now. We don't really have anything in the graveyard that Cloithus can eat properly. They do make extra red, though. Seasoned Pyromancer is not a bad one for them. Lightning Bolt, Utopia Sprawl. The Chalice on 1 was the correct play. I guess I'm sending just goblins to die here. I don't really want to put the Seasoned Pyromancer in the graveyard. Yeah, Crackle with power. With power comes great responsibility. We're very far behind here. Lightning bolt, gain and drain, land. Yep. That might be game over. That could be game over. Plays this, shoots this, attacks me. It's Karn, this, Coithus. I have a Blood Moon, which they don't care about. They can get rid of my Chalice with the Karn. They currently have 5 mana because of Windswept in the yard. Bridge isn't really any good here. My opponent can just make it into a creature and then bolt it. I'm hitting a bunch of lands. Yeah, this isn't doing it. That's not doing it. All right. Eidolon's Bone Crusher Giant can come in. Really, it's just going to be Magus's and Blood Moons out. Give it a shot. And give it a shot. You missed the train. The train was a scam train. The Karn's Panza list. Pretty strong still. Pretty strong. I'm wondering if we need to shift over to, based on this league, Punisher Red, variations of Red Prison. It may be time to bring Hazoret back as well, based on some stuff I've been seeing. Could bring Glorybringer back and bring back those days. Legion Warboss was probably incorrect to cut for this league, but Seasoned Pyromancer is good against control. I have my One of Blood Moon. My One of Blood Moon has found its way into my opening hand here. I'm going to keep this very loose hand here and hope that they have Stomping Ground as their very first card, and they're not worried about it because, and I quote, I would never keep Blood Moon in against them. Yes, I'm Punisher Red. I haven't looked at that list in a long time. Fetch a non-basic, fetch a non-basic. Makes red here. Well. I'm gonna go ahead and play this Blood Moon early here. Then I'll play Bridge, then I'll play Karn. Crackle with Power can deal with their Karn. We're gonna hope for no Stone Rain or Pillage. New Utopia Sprawl. Do they make more green now? They do. They do. I wish I had a Pillage or Boom Bust or something like that. Ooh. We'll change our mind to Rabble Master. I'm expecting a Bolt. Bolt it is on main phase. Correct play, opponent. Correct play, indeed. What do we have for double green? Oh, just cast a Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. We'll just cast a Bridge and pass turn. You're stuck. Please no pillage. Here's a good example where I could Crackle for 0 and get rid of it out of hand. Something I could do. They passed the turn back. I'm just gonna go ahead and Eidolon, pass the turn. They didn't kill the bridge, so that's good. Stomps Eidolon. I'm going to try to get a Chandra down before Karn here so I can start going up. If my opponent's got, say, some bolts, then it would be great to not have the Chandra in hand. Here we go, Eidolon. Or sorry, Seasoned Pyromancer. There's a Flame Slash and an Elder Gargaroth. I wish I could kill this land. Well, this isn't looking very good. Gonna get hit for 4. Down to 16 I shall go. Down to a little bit lower because of the bolts. Chalice gives me protection from the bolt. Now the Karn's looking a little bit better here. Karn down tick, maybe get Utopia Sprawl. Doesn't matter though. My opponent finds their Karn first and we probably are close to dead here now. Down tick, go get Liquid Metal Coating for themselves here to start taking out my lands, would be my guess. There it is. Tax for 4, down to 13. Told you Ponza was tough. Why'd I have to run into Ponza? Pass the turn. They'll play Liquid Metal Coating, take care of a land, and at that point, I don't have the ability to come back in this game. When we used to have Simian Spirit Guides, you could potentially come back, but that's not going to happen. Ponza. Was that Totodile? Now I'm just going to collect cards, and then Bone Crusher Giant's going to get to attack us. In for 4 puts me to 9 here. They're representing 8 damage. Can't even play Seasoned Pyromancer. Good game, opponent. I was right. Ponza's rough. Ponza is more difficult now without Simian Spirit Guide because they play turn 1, say, you know, Elf, Utopia Sprawl. And the whole concept of their list is to power out mana, but the mana stays there. The benefit of Red Prison with the Simian Spirit Guides was we got to do things just slightly ahead of our opponents. Getting that Chalice on turn 1, getting that bridge out faster, that Blood Moon. Their list kind of just does what we want to be doing a little bit better. Onward we go, though. That's all right. We have 2 cards that have done nothing. Who's the prison deck now? Nahiri is. Maybe I should add some green? Maybe. Maybe not. If there was a color I'd prefer to add, it'd be white or black. I've played enough Ponza style Karnza lists that it's good, but that's not the challenge. The challenge is finding what's good with Red Prison, Sun and Moon, Rakdos, and Blue Moon's its own thing, so I don't ever include it. Garnish on top. We're 1-3, my opponent's 1-3. We're both playing to salvage our leagues. I feel good about our chances of salvaging this league, though. It will be really awkward if I lose this one, though. I will have called it from the beginning. Maybe I really shouldn't open my mouth. Talked about that 1-4. Whoa. Whoa. I'm mulliganing the 1-lander here. Against a Yorion list. Alright, I can do this. I'm gonna get rid of the Chalice. Land go. Land go. Concealed Courtyard. Don't. Okay, okay. Works for me. Let's go ahead and play a Blood Moon here. Ideally, I'll get to Karn, but we'll see, we'll see. Taking care of Evan's favorite card here. Much love. Ritual number 2 here. I'll stop the Aether Vial. It's a good start. Maze Mine's not bad. Gives me 2 looks to find the land. Aether Vial up to 2. I don't think anything at 2 is going to kill Karn immediately. 3 is a little bit frightening, but not so much before. Alright, let's find that land. Maze Mind, scry to the bottom. Maze Mind, scry to the top. There we go. Land. Karn the Great. Oh. They're gonna steal this? They're gonna steal Karn from me? From me? Guess I'm playing Seasoned Pyromancer now. Unbelievable. Oh, the flood. The flood is real. You've made a pretty interesting mono-white prison list. I hope it included Silence and Isochron Scepters, Bridges and Karns, maybe Ghostly Prisons, Wrath Effects. Did it? All right, here comes the Skyclave. Skyclave on Blood Moon. No, Suppression Field means you can't play any cool, Planeswalkers. All right, Aether Vial is doing its thing. Skyclave unlocking our opponent. My opponent can play some more magic here. Torp Orb's not a bad card to be finding. Charming Prince, all the ETB creatures because of Yorion. Ironically, we took out 1 Torp Orb to make room for things. Gonna flicker a Skyclave Apparition. Give me a 3/3, and they're gonna get rid of the Maze Mind Tome next. Take a Blood Moon off the top. Thank you. Play Blood Moon, pass the turn. Floats double white here. There's no way they have a Celestial Purge main decked. I mean, I got a lot of creatures here. It's time to start attacking. In we go. Jammin'. Down to 15. Ephemerate comes off here. They'll probably just ephemerate the Charming Prince would be my guess. They could put Aether Vial to 4 and play into Yorion in 2 turns. That wouldn't be bad for them. Scry is 2. So I almost need Karn, Torp Orb, then Bridge. I almost need it in that order. Stoneforge Mystic, we'll go get an artifact. Sword of the Fires and Ices. Is a Wall of Omens as well, draws a new card. We gonna attack with anything? Probably not. Okay, I will smash in for damage. And we'll pass the turn. Hit him for another 5, it looks like. Cool. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That weird that they didn't block the 3/3. Nah, I don't care about the 3/3. I think if I was them, I'd put this up to 4 with the idea that my out right now is probably Bridge and Torp Orb, but Bridge first at this point. And then putting this up to 4 would allow 5 to Yorion and then Alpha Strike the following turn. That's not gonna do it. Our two next cards here. They're going to take Rabble Master. I have nothing to do there. I'm going to stay back. Their turn, they can flicker or bring Yori into hand. I have the Karn showing up, which I can downtick, then Torp Orb. This may have been a slightly preemptive, but let's see here. This is 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm dead. When I play the Karn, 4, 5, 6. I can block here. I can block here. They attack here. I block here and block here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have Karn plus Torp Orb. Karn, Torp Orb. I have nothing, and this attacks me again. Yeah, it's not preemptive. We're good. All right. Torpor Orb. Probably best to get it off Karn. Spyglass can come in. You can get rid of a Chalice. Bone Crusher Giants for Chalice. And that'll do it. Let's play first. Karn's not bad. Bloodmoon's not bad. Let's try it. Too bad Crackle's not a what's it called? A ritual effect. Marsh Flats, my opponent can go get a basic. Basic Plains is my guess. Yep. And an Aether Vial. Alright, we have everything. I just need to find lands. Wave. Wave. Alright, Auriok Champion. That's scary. Land first. Bottom Season Pyromancer. Needing a land. Land, please. There we go. Land spotted. We're going to start with the Blood Moon because the Blood Moon's not the strongest here. But anything that I'm doing here otherwise just doesn't make sense. The ideal situation is probably going to be Karn downtick Torp Orb. Yeah, Crackle with power. We're trying it. There's a Maul. Oh gosh, maybe Bridge is next. Oh gosh. Scry, looking for another land. Bottom Chandra. Land? Three, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm gonna wait here and try to use the Bone Crusher Giant to remove, say, Giver. Yeah, Crackle's interesting. It's really done a whole lot of kind of nothing. I almost feel like Crackle would be better in, say, Red Tron. Oh yeah, get in there, opponent. I'm ready for you to bounce this. Oh, no bounce. Scry for that land, gain a little bit of life here too. Bottom the tome, I want the land. What's the plan with Crackle? Flood out and eventually use it? I'm gonna do Karn here. Activation of Aether Vial will happen before. Karn down tick, go get Torp Orb. Work over the next 2 turns here to go get something. Do Do they have a Restoration Angel now? What if I put this to 6? This attacks, this attacks. If I put it up to 6, I think I've got to go down. Go down, go get Torp Orb. Hope that I can play Torp Orb into Bridge, into Lockout for them. And that's a plan. It is a plan, isn't it? There's occasionally times where we flood out. The other thing is that it's nice reach. Sometimes we're just like 3-4 damage away from winning. And I think this just gives us a potential at something at 5 mana. We're not opposed to being at 5 mana. I'm hoping they don't have Tide Hollow plus like Skyclave here, but they'll probably have everything. Flickers, fine-ish. Blood Moon will come back here. Now my opponent plays Tide Hollow, and Tide Hollow takes Torp Orb here. That's basically what I said. At least I can play Bridge. Because it's this way and not another way, this makes me feel like this might work. I can Crackle Tide Howl later. I'm going to have to Bridge here. Could Banefire be used instead? Yeah. But Banefire is X. And 1 target. Where this kind of is a cool like potential board wipe. Gets rid of Planeswalkers and other things. You could play the Banefire. It is more like if you look at this as 8, then it's like really crushing them. Wow, they take the Bridge instead. They're just going to beat me down here. They're just going to beat me down. Oh, we're going to play this Torp Orb. Hope for flooding of lands and then a follow-up Bridge. We're just trying it. No harm. There was not a lot in Strixhaven for us. I'm very much a person that has to play with a card to determine whether it's good or not. I'm not going to usually speculate on a card. If I speculate on a card, I guarantee you it'll be wrong. Nice. All right, Torp Orb's the play here. Really not much else to play here. We're going to play Rabble Master, and go from there. Yeah, we're looking at this card. Look at this nice card with the cool logo. Strixhaven has a cool logo. 6, 7, 8 here. Puts me to 10. All right, Bridge. We'll play Rabble Master here. I know I'm going to gain them 1 here. That's fine. Are they going to just hit me for another 8 after they path this? Pathing would give me a land. Uh-oh, Skyclave? Skyclave is death. Oh, it's not Skyclave. Okay. I'll just go to 9 if they attack with everything. I'll just die. They had everything. They had everything. 3, 4, 5, 8, 11. That's true. I guess they won't gain life. I wasn't so worried about that. They can gain infinite life. We can still beat them. I did say at the beginning this could be a 1-4. Maybe we won't put it on YouTube. No, we'll probably still put it on YouTube. Crackle with power, which probably just doesn't fit in this list. I think it would be short-sighted to just say nope and then just get rid of it. I think there may be some better things than Crackle, though. Relatable streamer. Relatable. Yeah, Crackle the Power it's cool. It's cool, but I think at 5 we could do something different. It would be interesting to put it into a Tron list, though. Let's think about this. So if you wanted to do 20 with Crackle, 20 with Crackle, you need it 4. Five times X. So you would do 3? 14 for 20 damage. 5 times X damage to each of up to X targets. Crackle deals 5 times 2 to up to 2 targets. So 6, 7, 8? That can't be right. We'll do the math. This was Red Prison, though, with Crackle with power.